Hi, welcome to The Cultural Barrier. My name's Bal.
And my name's Taj.
On this week's episode, we're going to be carrying on with your questions. This week's question, I won't tell you who it came from. I was about to, oh, shall I? No, I won't. Okay, so this week's question is my mother-in-law, we know where this is going, comes to my
I
house,
like that.
and snoops around and also gets involved in our arguments. Okay, so
That's prickly.
yeah. So what we're going to do is, firstly, we're going to go and take it from the person who sent the question, and then we're going to try and take it from the other side. Then we're going to take it from the other side and see it from the other perspective, because I think that's the
I like that.
that's the problem we have in life. We don't see it from someone else's perspective, and we're going to really, really dig deep and try.
But you know when you say to children in assembly, dig deep,
Deep. And try. We might not understand it. I mean, we are not the knowers of everything, although we do think we are. No, I'm joking.
I like the way we laugh at our own jokes.
Oh, you're so funny. What can I say? Anyway, okay. So, from what she said in her email, basically, her and her husband have been going through a rough patch, right? And sometimes it does spill over into family occasions. So they get together every so often, from what I understand, and that bit of negativity from their relationship is coming out. And then this lady's mother-in-law has an opinion, so she shares it sometimes, and that's causing an issue. But on top of that, if she's around the person's house, she finds her snooping around. Now, what's your opinion? Go for it, Taj. We're on her side now, the person who's written to us.
Don't worry, I'm not going to jump on the other side.
But I want you to later on. I want you to. Okay.
I will. So I think that a relationship between a couple
should break up. That's it. Break it up.
Let's be serious now. We're growing up.
Yeah.
I like the way you had to center yourself.
Okay.
The relationship should, like the couple's arguments or conversations, whatever, should stay between them unless there is something more sinister going on, right? For example, abuse, then that's different. Then other people should intervene. That's really important for other people to intervene.
Right.
Get support, the right support.
Okay.
If it's a case of we all have arguments with our partner, I mean, I have it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Oversharing. But anyway, to what point is it right for someone else to come in and be the third person in that argument? I don't think that's right, because there's obviously something going on in that relationship where that couple will be the closest people. Right, I'm going to be really like a bit morbid. There was an aunt's funeral that we went to, and the uncle was really emotional, obviously. And I was thinking that is probably the closest relationship is between the couple. Might have.
I was thinking about this yesterday. Is the closest relationship between a couple? I know it's that obviously a yes, but I was thinking, do you think the other relationship is with your siblings? But anyway, that's a different conversation. Carry on.
The reason why I say that is you live with them, right? Not all the habits that you have in the house are going to be outside with your siblings, because you probably see them here and there or every day or whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to be intimate with your partner. That hopefully, I'm not going to say the rest, but with your siblings. But then that isn't in itself learnings for the couple as well, right? And you may have, I think that is a very private thing between the couple.
If there's arguments going on, and I'm going to talk about this later, if there's arguments then flowing over to if they go to family events, then that's the issue, isn't it, really, in this situation, from what I can see?
But then you might say that it mightn't be that one side of the couple carries on fighting and the other one's like, can you shut up, please? Like,
yeah, fair.
So we can't say, oh, you shouldn't fight in front of anyone, because it might not be in the control of one of the person, one of the people in the relationship.
Mm.
So it's very easy to say, well, just do it behind closed doors, don't let anyone else get involved, because you don't know what
But
this.
then, do you think there should be an ultimatum? So, if that fight is happening, and the assumption was that they're going to the in-laws' house and there's a bit being spilt over, and that's where the assumption is, or if it could be the other way, where the in-laws are coming to their house and that's spilling over, should she then be giving an ultimatum of actually, if you're going to fight, if it's him that's creating that fight, then I'm not going to go to your family's house because I don't want to be in that situation. Or I don't want them coming here because this is an ongoing fight. In which case, that responsibility then lays on him if he's starting the fight.
But
If
have you got enough control to do that?
Well, if she's not got enough control to, and she's not, and it's him instigating the fights at their house, at those family occasions, then that's the only control she really has, right? Where she is.
Because maybe it's different of whose house the fight is in. If it's in your own and it overspills, if someone comes over, that's your territory. But if you go to someone else's house and it
But
spills,
is it? But hold on, is it still right? Now, I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, right? My husband was bitten, I don't know, by hormonal or whatever he was, right? And he had to go at the kids, and we had a bit of a laugh. And then he said something to me. I'm like, I've been run ragged, mate. And then I did my in-laws with it, and I said what I needed to say. Like, I didn't carry it on beyond me saying, but basically it was a hold up, chill out, or I'll carry on. And it did chill out, to be fair.
but do you think sometimes that fight happens where the male in the relationship thinks that the female isn't going to say anything because it's outside with other family members? So they'll say it and think it's going to end there. And then they're a bit like shocked that the fight carries on and that the female isn't meant to carry on and not argue, defend herself.
Yeah, but then if you do it once and you do defend yourself, then isn't that telling you if you want to do it a second time, I'm happy to defend myself the second time? So the ball is in your court, back off, or I will defend myself.
Maybe the couple don't know social etiquette. Because I remember when our parents, when they had the odd fight here or there, and they did fight, everyone fights. When it was in front of, like, when there were anyone that came to the house, like everyone was the happiest, and, right?
Yeah.
And then then they forgot about the fight afterwards because it's like, okay. So obviously the fight wasn't that intense. It's just in that situation you forget about it and then you just carry on like normal, like.
Hmm.
So is it to do with the level of the fight as well?
The other part is the assumption has been that they're going to those family occasions and he's the one starting the fight. If the person who wrote the email was the one that's still doing it, and to be fair, I've been in that situation where I'm proper annoyed about something, and I do say something in front of his family. I do it less because he hardly goes to my family's household. To be fair, he says it himself. He cracked a joke the other day. But I have said things on the odd occasion. I know I sound like I'm always fighting,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
That's another thing as well. Is the fighting only happening in front of his family and not hers? Because if it's in front of hers, usually when a son-in-law comes in, the in-laws treat him like he's the king.
Not always. I've seen it the other way, and I find it interesting because our family's not like that because the son-in-laws are the kings apparently.
Yeah, like red carpets and everything. So
Yeah.
let's just make the assumption of that, and then we'll make the assumption of the other way.
Okay.
Because we go through this whenever our husbands, brother-in-laws, whatever, go around to our parents' houses. Our parents will be like, "Oh, what's your favorite meal?" We'll make sure that it's cooked. "Oh, do you want something on TV?" "Oh my god! Oh no! We've opened the window." Right?
Let me get you a tissue. Yeah.
And then they know, the guy will know that they can take advantage of the situation, and that the parents have to uncomfortably be on his side. They don't want to be, but they have to be because it's the whole thing as you bow down to.
That doesn't always happen though.
It does happen. Look, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It
But
does
doing
happen.
it from our point of view, it definitely happens in our household, like
It
100%.
happens in quite a lot of South Asian households, but not always. But then that's with everything. It's not always. But it does happen a majority of the time where the son-in-law is the god, not the
Okay,
king.
go back to it. So that family situation, we assumed before that he's the one taking the fight over. And I've made my conclusion of actually the power that she's got is, does she want to be at that family event? Because if he's the one creating fight, if he wants her there, then he needs to back off. What's your conclusion for that part? And then let's move on to the next bit of the conclusion.
Sometimes, yeah, I think you mentioned this as well. Who's actually instigating the fight?
No, but this is what I'm saying. Let's pretend it's him instigating the
Oh,
fight.
okay. So what was your question?
What was how can she control that situation? Because I think she should be like, well, if you're going to fight with me, I'll just stay at
There's
home.
two
Or
ways of doing this, right? For example, it depends what your personality's like. If you're a fighter, you're going to fight. But if you're like, I'm not going to give this any airtime, yeah, whereas I would be like, I'm not going to give this any airtime. The more I fight, then it fuels the fight. So now I've come to the situation where I was like, I'm not going to listen to this.
see,
Literally, I say that.
I think there's times that your way works and
I
my
mean,
way
sometimes
doesn't,
there are
vice
times
versa.
you have to, because otherwise the person will never listen, right?
Right.
And just do it their way. But more and more, but this is personality. I'm like, I'm not going to give this any airtime. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And literally,
That's so annoying as well.
I do say that because I don't want to give it energy, right?
No, I look, like I said, that I have noticed it does work in situations, but I also have noticed in some situations that you need to pipe up.
Yeah, but it depends again on the situation. It depends on people's personalities.
Yeah, fine.
So it's a case of I don't think it's right that it spills out, right? But then that needs that needs to be looked at as well. Why is it spilling out, and is it a serious fight as well?
Sometimes, you know what, I do agree with what you're saying, but like I said earlier, if it's her instigating the fight, not instigating but carrying on the fight, right, in a situation where the family is there, right, I feel like I'm proper comfortable and I let them just, right, sometimes, and I've been in this situation where you do say something around your in-laws because you're that angry. I've been in that situation, and then to be fair, he stayed quiet. There has been on the rare occasion, to be fair on him, where he would say something back to me, and then that would really fire me off. Like, come on, then, right? But I do agree. I think it is best just to leave it where it is. But I don't know. Sometimes
It depends on what the fight's about as well.
you just want to kill someone, and you need people.
Not really. We wouldn't point that out. Not really. Just figuratively
I mean,
speaking.
I haven't killed anyone
And
yet,
you're not going to.
and I'm not. But what I'm saying is, you know, emotions are emotions. We can always pretend, yeah, don't let it go further. But sometimes you're angry, man. You need people to know that you're angry.
But then it depends on the partner as well. Do they know that
You're angry. I'm pretty sure your partner will know you're angry. And if it doesn't,
maybe this is the relationship and this is the communication? Because sometimes some people grow up thinking that fighting is the only way to communicate in a relationship. So you might have a situation where one person thinks this is how you communicate, and the other person's like, I don't like fighting. And that in itself is a big.
yeah, but it depends on how long these people have been married. I mean, if they've only been married for like 6 months, okay, they're learning about it. By 6 years, if you don't know what that person like,
Yeah, but sometimes that person, you might be married to them for 50 years, they're not going to change their personality. And they're going to be still a person that thinks that this is how relationships work. No matter how many times you tell them this is not how you want the relationship to work.
yes, you can't control someone else, whoever it is.
Yeah,
But you
I
can
agree.
control, yeah, but you can control yourself and how you react to it, and then that person will.
But then you've just answered the question that what I just said to you. Then don't give it energy. Don't fuel it. You just said you can control what you do, but you can't control what someone else does. So maybe when you're in that situation where in someone else's house, then don't fuel it. Just ignore it.
But if you're the one that is still angry and you want everyone to know you're angry,
Then carry on.
but then the whole point of this question is
Oh,
your
gotcha.
mother-in-law. Okay, so okay, all right, that
Yeah,
actually makes
right.
sense from what you're saying, because if you're saying your mother-in-law is then getting in the argument, what if
Yeah,
you're
that's what I
the
was
one?
going to say.
If
Yeah.
you're the one instigating the fight, then you can't really complain if she's interfering. Then,
No, no. No, I did not say that.
all right, fine. All right, fine. Hold on. Okay, from the person's point of view, I think I've got a conclusion. I think I've come up with the conclusions actually. Hold on, let me finish my thought.
Before I forget.
If he's the one instigating the fight, I don't think she should be in those situations where he carries on because he's pissing her off. So that's enough. Wait, if she's the one instigating the fight and you're annoyed that your in-laws are getting involved, just don't fight in front of them so that they have got nothing to interfere in.
But why does she feel that she needs to be in that fight? Maybe it is heading up to what she thinks is high level, like, oh my God, this is too much, right?
Right?
And that's why she's stepping in. Is she stepping in
Who's
every
stepping in?
like
No, we're not taking her side yet.
oh,
We're not taking her side yet. We're
okay,
taking this
all
one.
right.
We're giving her. See, there's obviously a new format. You still don't get what we're doing.
I
Okay.
do. I'm thinking like still we're trying to persuade her on why she might be like that. All right, okay, I get it.
No, we're on the daughter-in-law side at the moment.
Okay,
Mhm.
so just
So
tell her maybe be face to face and be like, look, in a nice way, in a respectful way, but out love.
no, you can't do that.
Why not?
Well, yeah, I suppose you can. It depends. But then why, if she's the one, if the daughter-in-law, like this woman that wrote the email, if she's the one that's instigating the fight and she's annoyed that the mother-in-law is getting involved, just don't fight in front of her. Does that sound too dumb?
No, because sometimes, like you said, you might be really angry and the partner might be making you out to be dumb in front of everyone. And so you're fighting your own corner. Yeah, we
Mm,
didn't think of that. And
that's a good
maybe
one.
that's why the fight carried on.
Mm.
Because you're like, no, I'm still a person,
If you're
whatever.
fighting your own corner, then you unfortunately you're going to have to fight the rest of them as well in a respectful way.
All right, let me give you a scenario, right?
I
Say,
don't need a scenario. We've got a scenario.
no, no, but why the fight might be starting, right? It might be he might be saying, oh, you're stupid, you don't bring any money into the family, right? And she's like, actually, I work, but he's like, but you don't bring in that much. And then the mother-in-law butts in and be like, no, you're dumb. My son's clever, and he does bring in a lot of the money, so you should listen to him. That's the scenario of why the fight might be starting, right? So
Have you got
then,
kids?
huh?
Have you got kids? Because you know what I'm going to say next. Go on. No, go on. Carry on with the scenario.
So maybe then she is carrying on the fight. Like, how do you say that?
Mm.
So we need to understand what the fight is about. Is it happening all the time? Is it when you're just bickering and then she's butting in? If it's just every time when it's just, when you have low levels of fights, like, hey, pass me the karshi kind of thing, then why is she getting involved in pass me the karshi kind of fight?
Mm. So
Yeah.
it depends
So
on
it
how.
depends on what the fight is. Yeah. That's
So
what.
the point actually with this new format is we need more information. What exactly are, because
Oh,
that's
good examples.
yeah, give us examples. That would be really helpful. I know this is a new format for us, but it's a new format for our listeners. So just give us what's actually happening, the specifics. Because even last week, I feel like it wasn't. You need to be specific so we can really go into it. Okay, fine. I'm going to flip the switch. So have we given conclusions for our
Yeah.
listeners? Yeah?
I don't think we can say don't fight because, like we said, it might not be in
No,
her.
I don't have a problem with the person fighting. You know, I'm all up for people fighting, right? But I think it needs to be done within the household. Whoever's instigating it needs to not do it in front of family members, because if you don't want them interfering, then they shouldn't be part of that fight either, because it's got nothing to do with them.
But
And
then
I'm guilty of that as well. So, sometimes you just, fight in front of your own family so that you've got people on your side. I'm just saying, right? Even if they have to pretend, at least they'll be quiet, right? Because they can't have a go at him and they can't say anything to you, because otherwise you'll have a fight with them. Hopefully, they're your parents. You're allowed to fight with them, right? I'm always looking at it from my point of view. People might not fight with their parents. I don't know. Let's go to the other side. Oh wait, the snooping.
oh,
Let's finish the snooping one, because I think that's quite a big one actually.
I think that's wrong to do. Like, if we're imagining that the two households are separate.
Yeah,
So
well
why
they
does
are.
the mother-in-law need to come inside and think that she can snoop around everywhere? There's obviously a reason why you separated households.
Mm.
If the daughter-in-law wanted you to see, I don't know, something, then she'd show you that something. Or it might be a case of you can ask, oh, have you got so and so? Do you mind if I look?
Hmm.
I think that's
But
easy.
then, how would you, from our listeners' point of view, how would you approach it? Because sometimes it can be sticky, like having that conversation.
I'd be like, are you looking for something?
Yeah, I agree.
Let me
Ask
help
the
you.
question.
Let me
I
shut the
think.
door on your face. Not literally, but I mean, shut the door when the person's out of the way. But
Uh,
put locks on the door.
oh, come on. Let's just be practical as well. But I do agree. I think the simplest thing is, oh, are you looking for something? Have you
Yeah,
lost something?
in a respectful way, because
In a respectful way. And then what can you say? Like, what could you say? Okay, let's flip the switch, because I think we've answered that.
yeah, I think that was an easy one to
That
do.
one's a good one, right? Just ask them and then make them feel slightly awkward. You're the mother-in-law and you're interfering in the fight now. Interfering. You're not interfering because you're the mother-in-law now.
Okay, I'm treating my daughter-in-law like she's my child, and I would interfere with my kids' fight. So why wouldn't I do the same for this couple? And you say that I'm pretending you're the daughter-in-law. You say that that you're part of the family. You call me mum, so I'm being a mum.
I mean, if I was the daughter-in-law, I could also say you're not my mum, though. That's but we're not we're that okay. If that's the case, no, okay. From the mother-in-law's point, I am trying to balance the situation out, and I think my son is right all the time.
Which is usually true. Yeah, the situation that the mother-in-law does.
No, we need to dig deep. That was the point of this. Let's dig deep. Okay,
Or
I am
like, how do you belittle my son because you're not as good as my son?
okay. No, it has to be a good practical, so that this daughter and the listener
Oh,
feels
okay.
like the mother-in-law has a perspective as well.
That is a perspective.
What?
You might just genuinely think that you're not good enough for my son. I wanted him to marry X, Y, and Z down the road, but
No,
we
but we're trying to
calm the situation down.
calm the situation down. Are we? Are we? Is that the point of this?
No, we're just trying to show. Oh no, we're trying to show what her perspective is. It might be that.
That I
It
don't.
might
That
be
he
right.
doesn't like the daughter-in-law. But that's not a like, that's not a helpful conclusion. That's why I'm going to interfere because I don't think you're good enough for my son.
But it might be true.
It might be true.
But then, like what I said before, maybe she is just trying to treat the daughter-in-law like she's any of the other kids, and she would interfere with her kids' arguments.
That's true. That is a good point.
Because then you can't turn around and say, "Oh, you're not treating me like the other kids." If you are picking and choosing when you wanted to be treated like the other kids.
I
Oh,
mean, to be fair,
I
I
like
get what you're
that.
saying, but I still think that's a bit clutching at straws. I do. I know we're trying to dig deep. I agree with that
I meant
conclusion. But
that's true. For many
I
people.
got one. I got one from mother-in-law's
Oh,
point of
I've
view.
got another one.
Why are you fighting in my household,
Oh,
right? And making it awkward for me
yeah.
in this family event.
Yeah, I like
I'll
that.
have to say something because you're making it really awkward for everybody else here.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Like you're storming around, right? Like you're right. You have no idea that actually we've all got opinions on this. Oh, I feel like I'm role playing now. It's true, I am role playing. Just chill out. He's got a lot of stress on as well. Oh my god, I'm getting the drama GCSEs. He's
What
got a lot of
just what just her son's got a lot of stress.
yeah, but you're storming around my household, being angry.
But it's not just me, it's him as well. No, I'm being the daughter-in-law.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. See, that's funny. It's working.
Don't tell me to chill out.
I will bloody tell you, I'm the mother-in-law. Chill
Who
out.
doesn't
Chill
make a
out.
queen?
Like if you don't want me interfering, then don't have an argument in front of me.
Or it
And
might
just
be
calm. Where's the respect? We are family. I am your mother-in-law. I'm your mother-in-law, not your mum. Have some respect because that is how this works. We are South Asian. Have some respect.
or
No problem.
maybe it's a case of she feels left out, that because there's a whole bond between mother and son, that they're really close, and she wants to be part of the relationship as well, which I find weird.
No,
But
but it's true. Yeah, that could be it.
I want to be part of this relationship as well, and I should be in that argument as well.
Yeah, fine. No, it is about people making. Look, at the end of the day, let's be clear. We're South Asian. When you get married, you're not just marrying that one person. You're marrying a whole
Such
family.
a cliche, but yeah, it's
But
true.
it's true, especially for the daughter-in-law from our generation. Obviously, things are changing quite drastically, but actually, because you're making the, you do want people to feel part of something, even if it is part of a fight. Apparently, no, I don't think you should make things part. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't do anything. You don't help me out. You come to my house, GCSEs, and you just argue with my son who works really hard. I'm not saying you don't work hard, but you're the one arguing. But if it's him instigating the fight, then
I
we're
think
in
the
a
mother-in-law cares.
It's my son. I
Exactly.
care if you're having a
He's
fight.
my blood. I could get rid of
No,
that.
no, that's not what we're going for. No, I think that, to be fair, on the other side of the thing, if it is uncomfortable in family situations, I do get why the mother-in-law might be saying something, as in calm down. That might be thought of as interfering, or the slight look of, oh, I'm awkward here because that's is awkward.
Yeah.
Like, if you're being rude as a daughter-in-law in someone else's household, is awkward for everybody. And it causes big, it's an energy shift as well. Like if someone's fighting, it can be awkward.
And are there children involved as well? Maybe the mother-in-law's like, please don't fight. Maybe she's like, calm it down, and maybe hopefully it will calm down in your own house as well if you see that you're affecting the children as well.
That's a good point. I like that.
So
Oh, this is
don't fight
good.
in front of the children.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, good. What else?
So yeah, that's all I've got. Why are you pushing it?
No, I
I,
feel like
I
it's
just want to point out we've laughed in bits of this conversation, but like this episode and the one that we had before as well, we've seen it.
yeah.
We've seen other people go through it, so we understand the seriousness of it. We might be laughing here and there because I think we just laugh our way through life. We've been through so much, but we get it.
Can I just also add, like, this is a different way that we're formatting it. We're asking for the listeners' questions and, their point, whatever's going on in their situation, so we can give our perspectives. It is only our perspectives. And at the end of the day, you're our listeners. We'll always be on your side.
It's true.
And then you get your mother-in-law to listen, and then we'll start balancing it out. But we're on your side because you've got good taste. Okay, all right, going back to it. So the last bit before we finish up on this situation, snooping. What is my reason for snooping around your house?
I want to know what's going on because I feel a bit lonely. I want to know what's happening in your life, and your life is important to me. And you're not sharing any of the stuff that's happening in your life, so I just decide to look myself.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm good.
That is interesting. Is there anything else?
All right, love, that's enough. No, but it might be that maybe the mother-in-law feels that she hasn't got anything else in her life, and it is to be nosy or snoop
Yeah.
around in their house.
Or the arguments about the daughter-in-law being a druggie and she's looking for drugs.
That person wrote in, so let's be respectful.
That's true. We're still on your side.
So what do we think overall?
Overall, I think the fights need to stop in family situations.
But like we said, it might not be her that's written in that is causing the
Yeah,
fight.
but then she needs to remove herself, because if he's causing the fights, then she shouldn't be in that situation where he's got the opportunity to create
So
a fight.
stop going around the in-laws' house and be like almost
Yeah,
like
if he wants to,
tip.
yeah, it is a bargaining chip. This world is about bargaining.
Like if you're
Yeah.
going to carry on fighting around there and it's out of order and everyone else, there's no point me going there.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it.
I like that.
From the mother-in-law's point of view, is maybe she just needs to be included in things, but maybe include her in positive things rather than negative things.
And maybe share, for example, if you buy something, just share it with her so she doesn't need to go around snooping. But I'm not saying that's right to do, go around snooping,
Yeah.
because that's an invasion of privacy.
Oh, yeah.
Being a reason why you split up in the first place. But
Mm,
maybe not show her everything, but something to keep it ticking, to
yeah.
feel like she's part of your life.
Yeah. I think that's a good conclusion. Oh, this is interesting. And on that point, please do write in more of your questions. I don't always remember the end. More of your situations. Be really specific. Give us examples of what you're fighting about so we can really get into the nitty gritty. We'll have a laugh about it. Hopefully, that will make you laugh about your own situation, because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. So, it's one of those things, right? And on that point, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.